Yo, 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 yo. You don't know it's a boy, Rashid Steak TV. And we're back to talk about what happened recently, very recently, a couple of days ago, between Lil Wayne saying that he spoke to Kendrick and they've quashed everything. See how, let's get active, man. See what's going on.
Now, just when it seemed like we understood how every major player in hip hop felt about each other after the most significant beef we have seen in decades, Lil Wayne once again came out and made comments about Kendrick Lamar, him getting the Super Bowl halftime show, and even what Kendrick said about Lil Wayne on the intro track to his album GNX Whacked Out Murals, which everyone perceived as a diss. And now what's clear is that Lil Wayne has came out and talked about what is the most pivotal situation on the horizon in rap music right now. Over everything else, Drake is livid at the man who he once called his idol. But now before we get any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what has went down with Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, and also as a result Drake, because he is directly affected by this. All starts with Lil Wayne hopping on none other than Skip Bayless's podcast, which important to note here for those who don't know, Wayne and Skip are surprisingly great friends. And on this pod, as these two were talking about where their two fields will be coming together more than they ever have. In of course the Super Bowl and the halftime show, which is not just in Wayne's own city of New Orleans, but is featuring an entire MC playing the whole thing. Even in this era where most journalists are scared to ask the actual hard-hitting questions we want to know, Skip went out in this moment and asked Wayne what we all wanted to hear. As he straight up asked him to explain Kendrick's lyrics, used to bump the Carter 3, held my rolly chain proud, irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. And when Skip asked Wayne to help him out here, Wayne responded saying, that's my first time hearing it, but I think he's a fan. I'm a fan of his music. I think he meant he saw what everyone else saw. He saw how much it meant to me, and I think that's all he needed. So he didn't let me down. It ain't like he can control it or nothing, and I've also spoken to him and wished him all of the best. And then after this, Skip asked Wheezy, since he and Kendrick spoke, did he say anything to enlighten you about these bars specifically? To which Wayne said no. There was no explanation on him that was needed for that. And so now with all of this, there is a lot to unpack here that is going to have major implications on every single MC involved here because
Bro, yo, that's crazy. The Drake fans has been going for Lil Wayne. These past couple of, bro, they've been going for Wayne, man. They've been going at Lil Wayne hard too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, man, they're looking at Drake as Lil Wayne's protege, like he's the father, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this story is just getting, even up until now, man, we're almost in 2025 and there's just new avenues coming every minute. You know, every minute there's something new coming about this beef, man. Man, it's good for hip hop, man. It's shining a lot of light back into the industry, man. It's really good for hip hop right now. But when he spoke to K Dot and all that kind of stuff, man, he's squashing the beef, man. And it's like the Drake fans can't handle it. I mean, Drake himself, I bet he can't handle it either.
with what Wayne just said, first off, completely goes against the post we saw from him not even a full 24 hours after GNX dropped, where he was of course reacting to his name drop on the album like he got full on dissed by Kendrick Lamar, and then of course said that he was going to show just how much of a monster he really is as an MC for being treated the way he has, which immediately made the situation with him and Kendrick look like it may end up in a full-fledged back and forth. And this was only further fueled by people like Joe Budden and others in the industry that said Wayne even went as far to get in the booth after he heard Kendrick diss him and recorded something which people thought was going to be a full-on diss track that would release inevitably. But
well, if you check out my previous videos, man, I said it in the first place as well. Kendrick didn't diss Lil Wayne. That was not a diss. That was more like of disappointment. You know what I'm saying? That was disappointment. That wasn't a diss. If K-Dot wanted to diss you, you will know that K-Dot is dissing you. Facts, because right now K-Dot don't even care, man. And that's one of the things I rate about K-Dot. He speaks his mind, and whatever you think about, He doesn't care, man. Because what he speaks is facts. He doesn't care, bro.
now, despite all of that, with what Wayne is saying here, he's going on to say that he hasn't even heard what Kendrick said about him on Whacked Out Murals, and that most importantly to everything, he and Kendrick got on the phone and they talked about whatever this misunderstanding was, and seemingly settled the confusion because from his...
Yo, that's cap. I know for a fact that's cap, bro. Because if you're saying that you didn't hear what K-Dot said, then why did you make that tweet in the first place? The only reason I can think of you making that tweet is that someone said something to you that K-Dot dissed you on a track. Maybe someone, a close circle, someone in his close circle around him say, yo, bro, you know that Kendrick just released a track and he dissed you, bro. That is the only way. I think the only reason I think logically that could make sense of why he made that tweet. Only reason. And like I said on Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden was said that he had it on good authority that Lil Wayne went in the studio to record a diss track. Man, did he hear that from Lil Wayne himself? I doubt it. Probably someone in a close circle just trying to start drama or something, man. Yo, facts, man.
Very own words. Wayne is saying he is a fan of Kendrick and wants him to have a great performance. So overall, while the context and way these events have changed so rapidly seems very confusing, and some people even think Lil Wayne is backtracking here because just like so many other rappers, he's scared of Kendrick Lamar once he realized what he's actually up against. Bigger than all of this, what really seems to be the situation here is that when it comes to Lil Wayne right now, something is clearly wrong behind the scenes, and when you piece everything together, you will see that there is no one else to blame other than his current manager, who first off has no experience as a manager and was a studio engineer before getting control of Lil Wayne's entire brand, and ever since Kendrick was announced to be the Super Bowl headliner. If you follow the events along from what he posted directly about him being mad at Kendrick, to just knowing the way the business of all of this is handled, which oftentimes ends up having representatives speaking on artists' behalf, even on their social.
See, this is what I was saying just now. There must have been something that he heard, or did Lil Wayne even make that post? Or was it a representative of his brand? That's the thing that people have to look into as well. You get me?
Social media pages. Again, while this situation is so confusing, it's clear that this manager for Wayne has done nothing but make his career more chaotic since he got the job. Because again, if the first time we are seeing Wayne just speak unfiltered and directly is on this podcast with Skip Bayless, who again is one of his best friends, it really seems unlikely that he is just straight up lying to somebody who he's so close with. And when you see this and also know that Lil Wayne is notorious for just not keeping up with anything that goes on in the music industry and in hip-hop, as again, all we have to do is just go back to that classic example of him thinking that 21 Savage was a band to see just how out of the loop Wayne has been with the current state of the entire culture. Overall, what really seems like happened here is that Lil Wayne was just told by his manager and others around him that Kendrick Lamar dissed him. And Wayne probably didn't even listen to GNX and maybe even never heard that bar about him directly.
Facts.
And because of all of this, Wayne was just so out of the loop because his team pushed him in the wrong direction without actually giving him the proper facts, which he obviously didn't go out of his way to dig for. And this would make sense why Wayne...
Because I was saying, bro, if Lil Wayne actually said that, then bro, yo, come on, bro. You know, come at K-Dot if you actually said that. You mean what you said, you're the beast? You know, K-Dot Ratley, KG, come at K-Dot, bro. But that was said on the assumption that Lil Wayne actually made that tweet. You know, but I never thought what K-Dot said to him was a diss. Never, because if K-Dot's dissing you, you know K-Dot's dissing you. Facts. But like I said, I think it was something to do with brand, some brand of people that control his social media accounts. Because Lil Wayne is a goat. Facts, man. No one can dispute that. Lil Wayne is a goat. But we're going to get into another video as well about, you know, DJ academics and the whole situation that's going on here in the past few days of K-Dot and Lil Wayne squashing the beef. You're going to see how much of a hater DJ academics is in the black community. You will see it. You'll see it, man. If you're not Drake, the guy's a hater.
Has a completely different energy about Kendrick Lamar than the actions we saw online. But now with this entire situation between Wayne and Kendrick, even while this seems to be the truth, there are just too many unknown factors to really say if this is 100% what's going on. But what we can say is definitive from this situation is that Lil Wayne sitting down with his friend Skip and saying that there is no beef between him and Kendrick and that he's 100% a fan of him and wishes him the best for the Super Bowl. Is that when it comes to Drake, while it's been so confusing to figure out where everyone in the rap game stands with him as a whole, what's apparent is that in this time where Drake's career in almost every single sense of the word has been in shambles and ruined because of what Kendrick Lamar directly did to him. And even in that beef, Wayne was directly mentioned by Kendrick as he pointed out how Drake has even betrayed his own mentor over the years. that in this time altogether where Drake has needed somebody to check him out of the game and try and save whatever is left of his career and really the entire Young Money name, and seemingly with the Super Bowl, this put Lil Wayne directly in that position because he seemed livid about not getting the call to play at this event, of course. Now, even after all of this and all of the months that have passed since Drake and Kendrick, Lil Wayne is yet to speak out on not just this situation, which despite the fact that Wayne is not tapped in with a lot of things in hip-hop, considering how commanding of a cultural event this beef was, and also knowing that he has heard songs like Not Like Us as he chanted this in a performance over and over again, he definitely was aware of what was going on between the two most watched rappers on the planet, which really only means that overall now things have become even worse for Drake. Because to not defend or show any ounce of support or respect to Drake, meanwhile with Kendrick Lamar, and even after Kendrick got the call to play at the halftime show over Wayne, which even if Wayne was not mad at Kendrick, overall he was still mad that he was not the one performing. All in all, the one thing clear from this situation is that after all the speculation and wonder, Young Money as a whole may have turned on Drake because now with Lil Wayne, who seemingly has done nothing to help Drake, and after Wayne has now directly come out and pretty much gave Kendrick his stamp of approval to go crazy when performing at the event where everyone is waiting to hear him play the song that ended Drake's career and of course Not Like Us, you would imagine that Drake is livid, and despite how he has tried to get Wayne back on his side by trying to praise him for months over and over again, now it seems like we won't even see cringy social media posts where Drake is trying to act like they are closer than they really are. Because seemingly whether Lil Wayne has realized what he's doing or not, he has sent the message about how he's really feeling and where his loyalty lies. And again, when you look at where Drake may stand with other Young Money members like Nicki Minaj, which again, after Drake has spent more time working and supporting new female MCs, who directly have beef with Nicki, which we see with someone like Lotto, again seems to be sending another bad message, because Drake seems to be perfectly fine running around and supporting somebody who is trying to take Nicki's throne. And so overall, when it comes to this moment from Wayne and
Yeah, you know why that is though? Because every time he moved to Nicki Minaj, she shaded him, man. Because she knew who he was. She shaded him, man, just like Rihanna. Every time he moved to Rihanna, he's full of shade, man. He got plenty of shade and fade, even on stage, man.
everything surrounding it. What is most clear about this very confusing situation is that things between Wayne and Drake are just getting worse, as this moment in time where the biggest stars in the game have never been more at odds keeps going on, and for Drake, from his perspective, with now the last actual talented and gifted MC, who it seemed like was against Kendrick, is now supporting the very moment that you're terrified of, and that's gonna ruin your reputation more than it already has been, which of course is gonna be when Lamar plays Not Like Us for over 100 million people sitting at home. If Drake has any ounce of any sort of respect...
Yeah, man, I'm over here in the UK, and trust me, I'll be tuning in for that Super Bowl. 100%.
left, which while when it comes to making good music, we know he doesn't, but when it comes to calling out people who he has beef with, just seems to be something that he is enjoying more with each week that passes. All in all, while Drake and Wayne being at odds is something that most people would have never predicted, and seeing a mentor-mentee relationship end like this is just so shocking. Overall, if Wayne is going to go this far to vouch for the guy, we're in this time, has been the one who has been responsible to take some of the biggest moments he could have gotten in his entire career away from him. Meanwhile, he has still been quiet about supporting Drake. And at the same time, Drake is now seeing Wayne support what's going to be what could be the symbolic finale to his downfall before entering actual irrelevancy compared to the level of stardom he was once at. Altogether, Wayne...
And check this out, man. What my guy in the video was saying. I don't think Wayne really messes with Drake like that. Because remember when Wayne went to jail, right? This guy went and slept with Wayne's girl at the time. Bro, how much of a dirtbag do you have to be to do something like that, man? And you see, he's been doing things like this over the years. You know, messing with other artists' money, sleeping with their wives, and I'm not talking about Lil Wayne partner, and other people's wives, girlfriends. This guy is just notorious for doing stuff like that, man. And K-Dot's been wanting, bro. If you look back at the history between K-Dot and Drake, you've been seeing that the beef has been stemming since like the 2014, from then up until now. The beef has just been there. Again, it's been stemming from a long time. But yeah, man, it's This guy is a dirtbag, man, and he got exactly what he deserved, and he crashed out, and that's why he doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
Wayne has now just taken Drake's career and left it in a state where it is even weaker than it was before, which is of course saying a lot, because the respect Wayne brings to hip-hop as a whole has really protected Drake's reputation from a lot of negativity and backlash over the years. But if Wayne is now giving Kendrick the green light to just do everything he wants to at the Super Bowl, it is really over for Drake, and while with something this major and career-shaking for him, I don't even know how you begin to address this and move forward from here. And when it comes to Drake ever opening up about this, I don't think we will see it until we get an actual project from him. At the end of the day, with Wayne choosing Kendrick over Drake in front of all of us, we are seeing more than ever that this downfall from Drake is not because of this big industry plan against him, but it's just because, like so many other rappers, Wayne has felt betrayed by him over the years, not just for what Kendrick said on Not Like Us, but probably for so much more that we don't even know. And again, while this situation is just so complicated that we really don't have all the information to piece it all together, at this point, while we don't know what the full extent of how bad things between Drake and Wayne are, what we do know is that Drake just lost his last line of defense when it came to Kendrick Lamar fully humiliating his entire...
Yeah, well, like I'm saying, man, I don't think Drake had that line of defense for many years now. Ever since he slept with the man's woman, bro, I don't think he's had that line of defense, because let's be honest, man, no man is gonna just get over something like that. You get me? Bro, you're gonna be done, man. You and I ain't boys anymore. She can go about her business. You know what I'm saying? We ain't boys anymore, man. That's something like, bro, that's like the lowest level you can go. That is the lowest level you can go. That's why they always say, man, a lot of these red pill podcasters always say, man, watch about bringing your mans around your woman, bro. For real.
Entire image like we have never seen. That's what now with all this, let me know. What do you think about this entire situation and where all these MCs stand? And how do you feel Drake is going to end up responding to his idol giving Kendrick Lamar the go-ahead to just take him down to an entire new level?
Yeah, man. So there we have it, man. There we have it, man. Lil Wayne just basically went out and gave Kendrick his flowers, saying, yo, boy, yo, go and do your thing at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you. Go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I hope you smash the show. Because in the interview, when you watch it, you can see that he's still kind of feeling a bit deflated that he didn't get it, you know, because he thinks he's put in that work and that he deserves it. It's in his city as well. But like I said, he himself just said, you know, he doesn't control who gets the Super Bowl. The best he can do is put himself the best forward. That's all anyone can do. Just like in any job, you go for a job interview, put your best self forward. Whoever gets the job, the best person wins. Simple as that, man. And that's what it stems down to. And but if you made it this far in a video, man, please just like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Really helps a boy out a lot. And thank you for tuning in, man. And I'll see you on the next video. All right? Peace.